This is undeniable evidence that Black Americans are in fact native to America. They exaggerated the slave story in order to make it seem like most Black Americans come from Africa, when in reality, most Black Americans are native to America. The first piece of evidence comes from the British Museum, and it's called the Emblem of America. And the Emblem of America is a picture of a woman, and this woman is meant to depict how the natives look like. She's a representation of the natives. Now, this woman is a Black woman. Why they choose a Black woman to be the representation of the natives? It's because the natives were Black. That's simple. The other image is a white woman towering over two Black boys, and these two Black boys are again a representation of the natives. Why are two Black boys a representation of the natives? It's because the natives are Black. You have to understand that there were two types of Native Americans: the Black natives and the red natives. The Black natives are the first group to get there. The red natives are a mixture of other Europeans and Asians coming down and mixing in with the Black population that's already in America, creating the red natives. You have to understand there's two types, but the Black natives was there first. In the Tracking Americans documentary, Tracking the First Americans documentary goes into this and explains that yes, the first natives was in fact Black Negroes.
Prehistoric skulls were found buried in layers of soil 9 to 12,000 years old. They are the oldest skulls in the Americas. This is the oldest of them all. The skull of a young woman nicknamed Luthia by scientists. Can she tell us who the first Americans were? Walter Neves is a physical anthropologist at Sao Paulo University in Brazil. He has been using a standard and reliable archaeological measure, the shape of the skull, to find out what race she belonged to.
91.
He fully expected Luthia to be a Mongoloid, an ancestor of the American Indians.
91.
But then he fed the measurements into the computer.
When we started running the computer and seeing the results, it was amazing because we realized that the statistics, the quantitative analysis we were doing was not showing just people to be Mongoloid. In fact, the analysis was showing just people as anything except Mongoloid.
The skull was taken to a hospital in Rio de Janeiro to begin the process of reconstructing her face. The cast was then given to Richard Neve of the University of Manchester in England, one of the world's leading forensic artists, to recreate her features.
That, to me, is a Negro face.
Her reconstruction is confirmed by measurements Walter Neves has taken of all his skulls.
The first reaction was not to believe in it. But as the results, repeated so many times, and the result is exactly the same thing. They are very similar to nowadays Aborigines and Africans, and no similarity at all with Mongoloids in Asia or with American Indians.
Giovanni Verrazzano is an Italian explorer, and he was one of the first explorers to get to Northern America. And when he got there, he described the natives as black with short hair, and they resembled the Ethiopians in Africa. Then he goes on to explain a different type of natives that's there, which confirms what I was saying before, as there was two type of natives there. Then you have John Ogilvy, and he released a book describing the Indians called America 1671, and it was titled after that, The Most Accurate Description of America. And it was explaining the natives and how the natives lived. And he described and depicted the natives as black. And he got most of that information from Jacob Meurs and Arnoldus, who originally did the work, but he translated their work into English for the European audience. But all his depictions, most of them, are all describing and depicting the Indians, the Native Americans, as black. Why? Because most of the Native Americans was black, and all the Europeans knew this at the time. There's multiple images, there's a huge story of him explaining these people, and it's amazing how all this evidence is ignored. Now, all those images I just showed you were from John Ogilvy, which he got from Arnoldus and Jacob Meurs, but those paintings are real and authentic, and they describe the Native Americans. These are paintings by Europeans from a long time ago, which completely puts the nail in the coffin. It completely proves that blacks are native to America. It completely proves it. The Mayans also proved it, which I did another video on that. They also proved that black people were in America in large groups of numbers before slavery, before Columbus, before any of that. And also, to wrap it up, there's a pictorial map by Ruth Taylor, and it's a map showing where the Indians are at, where the Europeans are at in America. It was made in the 1900s, and her map depicts the Indians as what? Guess. Her map depicts the Indians as black, dark-skinned people. Crazy, right? Seems like the people of the past knew a secret that we have forgotten today. But it's irrefutable. Black people have been in America longer than anybody else. Black people are native to America, and we deserve a lot of compensation for the lies told us, the resources stolen from us, the land stole from us, and the slavery that we had to go through after losing the war for our land. It's undeniable, and we are owed a lot, and one day we're gonna get it, because karma is always in effect.